Hello everyone and welcome to Fun with Fitzy. Today's video is Chapter 11, Video 3. We are going to be looking at worksheets for merchandising businesses. Now I'm expecting you to remember a lot from working on worksheets back in Chapter 4, I believe it was. Lots of things are very similar. We're just adding the 3 new accounts: freight in, purchases, and merchandise inventory. Okay, here we have a worksheet. As you recall, and this worksheet is for Chow's China Store. Okay, here we have a worksheet. Here, this worksheet is for Chow's China Store. It says worksheet and it says the date on it. As you know, all worksheets have a trial balance to begin with. So you complete your trial balance, draw your ruled line, and get your subtotals. Now we have 3 new accounts on here. We have merchandise inventory, we have freight in, and we have purchases. So these are the lines I really want to focus on this worksheet because I'm expecting you to remember everything else. As usual on a worksheet, what you need to do first is complete your trial balance like we just talked about. Next, so that was step 1. Step 2, complete all your adjustments. Once you have your adjustments in there, draw your ruled line, total the columns, and make sure they equal each other, which in this case they do. Third step is to extend all of the numbers over to your income statement or your balance sheet, which is just slightly cut off here in this example. So what we're going to do, just like before, is we're going to start at the top. We're going to go bank, 42,000. Nothing was in the adjustment column, so it didn't change, and it was a debit, so we're going to put that on the balance sheet, $42,000. Next, we have accounts receivable, also an asset, which is a debit, and nothing happened in either of the 2 adjustment columns. So again, we're going to put that number on the balance sheet. Everything below drawings goes on the income statement, except for merchandise inventory, and everything above it goes on the balance sheet. And merchandise inventory goes on both. Remember, from what we've learned so far in this chapter, merchandise inventory is found on the income statement and the balance sheet. So once you started going and extending all of your numbers, the first thing you're going to want to do is put the merchandise inventory at the beginning of the period. You're going to want to put it in the debit column of the income statement. That's the first part. Then the ending inventory, which you know we get from a physical inventory, we're going to put it in the credit column of the income statement and in the debit column of the balance sheet. So these are going to be side by side, the exact same number, and that's correct. The ending inventory that you got from your physical count. Okay, let me review that. Beginning inventory goes in the income statement debit column, and your ending inventory goes right beside it. So beginning, ending. And all of those numbers should be seen twice. There's your beginning, your ending, your ending. Then you continue down, and supplies you want to extend over, but there was a credit here. So because it was a debit and something happened in the adjustment column, you used up supplies, you're going to subtract it and then carry it over. So on, so forth. You know how to do all of the adjustments because we've done them before. When you get to purchases, purchases goes on your income statement debit column because it's an expense. Freight in does the same. Okay. Next, once you've done all of your extending, draw your straight ruled line all the way across, unlike I'm doing right now. And then you're going to add up everything in that column. Everything in your income statement debit column. You're going to add it all up. You're going to put the answer here. Then you're going to add up everything. Don't forget now you have another number in here. So you're going to add them both together and put the answer here. Next, you're going to subtract the smaller one, which is this one, from the larger one. So subtract this from this and put the answer here. Next, you're going to do the same thing for your balance sheet. You're going to add up everything in this column, put the answer here, and add up everything in this column. Put the answer here, and again, you're going to subtract the smaller number from the larger number, put the number here. Now remember, these two numbers are called the balancing figure. They must equal each other. This is also your net income. So remember, in the trial balance column over here, you need to write net income down. Then you're going to add this to get this number, and this plus 0 gets this number. This plus 0 equals this number, and this plus this equals this number. On your balance sheet, these two numbers should equal, and on your income statement, these two numbers should equal. If all is well, and they do here, and they do there, draw your double ruled line right here, all the way across, and you're finally done your worksheet. So let me review really quickly what we did on the merchandise worksheet here. We did our trial balance, which was step 1. We did our adjustments. Step 2, and you know that from chapter 9. Step 3, you extended all of these numbers over and took into account any adjustment information and started moving things to your income statement and balance sheet. You ensured your beginning inventory was here. This is the key. And your ending inventory is here and here. And so on and so forth. You put all of your assets here, liabilities and capital on this side, your revenue. Then you're going to add up everything in this column, put the answer there, add up everything in this column, put the answer here, everything in this column, and so on. You're going to take the difference between the smaller and the larger of these two, put the answer on the smaller side. Again, same thing here, the difference between the larger and smaller, put the answer on the smaller side, and this must equal, it's the balancing figure. You're going to write the word net income here, add these two up, put the answer here, add this plus 0 because there's nothing there, put the answer there, and if those two equal, you're in good shape. Same thing, this plus 0 is there, and that plus that, if they equal, you're in good shape. By now, you should be able to prepare a worksheet for a merchandising company. And thanks for watching. Hopefully that was easy to follow, and we'll see you tomorrow in class.